and we were live, which is kind of crazy. So, Royal Rumble just happened in a very odd order. It went WWE Championship, followed by the SmackDown Championship, then the Royal Rumble itself, and then what else got up? Raw Tag, which was horrible,
Yeah, it was rough.
and then Universal, and then the last was the women's. So, this is Chris, this is Adam, I'm Steven. This is Wrestling, Beer, and Paranormal, oh my. And I'm actually not even sure if that's the correct title for this channel. So, but
It's a working-
it has
it's a-
those,
it's a-
those three
yeah.
in the title thus far. So,
Yeah.
what'd you think of the Rumble?
Overall, I thought it was good. There was, that Raw tag match wasn't great.
Not good at all.
But if you exclude that, I actually thought it was very good show.
Yeah, I felt like
Yeah.
the Raw tag team title should have been in the pre-show, not in the
Yeah.
main show,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
agree. I agree.
So,
Yeah, it felt out of place.
totally out of place.
Felt out of place. Completely stopped the momentum. But I think part of the issue is you also have this monster Royal Rumble right in the middle of the pay-per-view, which felt very odd.
Almost like maybe they did that because in the years past, the Royal Rumbles haven't been that great. And I feel like the fans wanted to riot afterwards. So it's almost like, let's put it in the middle because it hasn't been that great. And then they messed up. They actually messed up in the
Yeah,
show.
because it was the actual Rumble
Closed the
was,
show. It was great.
It was a great.
It was a
Rumble.
great
Yeah.
Rumble.
And seeing how they ended, you could definitely have them back to back. You could have had the men's and then the women's.
Oh,
the
for
women's
sure.
had to be last after seeing this
because of Ross.
because of
Rousey. That's the
Yeah.
whole reason why
Yeah.
they did that. I don't know. I still wonder why they didn't, put her in the actual match.
Yeah.
They're literally trying to... They had to protect her, right? They couldn't have her in it, then Asuka not winning. So that was their way of protecting
that
both
they wanted to
wrestlers.
protect Asuka's winning streak, right? So
Yeah.
you can't have Asuka lose to Rousey.
So it's the only way to get them both over at the same time.
I suppose.
So
I still think it would have been more interesting if somehow Asuka had won the title pre-Royal Rumble, and then Rousey won the Rumble to challenge Asuka. And
That would
then
be
you
nice.
have Asuka Rousey as a main event in WrestleMania. That would be cool.
well, that just goes back to booking when they didn't have Asuka in in the championship when it went vacant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but whatever. So okay, so let's go and break down the show. Wait, Chris, did you say if you liked the show? or not?
I did. I liked the show. The order was weird, but I liked the show overall.
Why don't you not wearing your belt? Put the belt on your shoulder.
I'm the
Yeah.
champion.
He's champion. He's
Yeah.
champion. This guy picked both Royal Rumble winners. I think it's because of his native tongue, but
Yes. Go with the Asians, they'll win.
he can say that we can't.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
All right, let's break this down
Jinder
real
Mahal
quick.
won, I could say something probably.
Man, we both decided if Roman Reigns won or Jinder Mahal won, Adam's TV would have been broken.
Yeah, I'm happy Roman Reigns.
Very, very happy that Roman Reigns lost. His wife, not so much, but the rest of the household really enjoyed the fact that Roman Reigns lost the way he did. So we had WWE Championship first. AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Thoughts?
I'm trying to remember this match now. It
I
was.
guess it was a long time ago.
Oh, it was with the ending where,
The roll up.
Yeah, it was all right.
feel
It was weird.
I feel like they missed the boat on a very really good finish.
a very unique. They could have set it up unique to have co-champions, so it was kind of predicted, but
Yeah,
it was a good match.
I was definitely
AJ
going
was
for Owens, Sami
Yeah.
Zayn.
I just don't know what they're gonna do with Owens and Sammy now because they have it set up for Nakamura and Styles in the future. So they need to do something with Owens. What I was saying during the match is it'd be interesting if they had a 4-way or something like that.
Yeah, like a fatal 4-way
Yeah.
for the championship. Somehow they worked their way
Yeah.
in by using the phantom tag
Who's Ow-
as an excuse.
Owens is good enough. He needs a main fight. at WrestleMania.
He needs-
a big fight.
For sure. And I really thought that Owens was going to enter the Royal Rumble and then win it. That was my prediction. And it came down that Ronda Rousey and Kevin Owens, neither one of them actually entered the Royal Rumble, so I was over. And for you too, Adam. Adam picked Stephanie and Daniel Bryan.
That was wishful thinking. I was really hoping he would be there, and he wasn't. So I don't know.
It would have been a lot better that way, for
It would
sure.
have been crazy if he came out, but I guess he can't. Yeah.
Chris, what did you think of that first match?
It was good. AJ was good. Finish could have been better, but overall, good stuff.
Like, three of the best workers in the business, for sure, I thought. And will be for a long time.
It was not the worst match of the night.
No, it definitely was not the worst match. I just really think that if they could somehow twist it and then become a faction or a stable of some sort, with Dan O'Brien leading that, that would just be
That would be the ideal.
the best thing ever for wrestling. Ever.
That would be the ideal.
Like it would be like the new Four Horsemen. That may be blasphemy, but those are 4 really good acts. Okay, on to the second one, which
I
was
think it was
the tag team
The tag
SmackDown
with the
champions.
Usos.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
And those were the best 2 out of 3.
yeah, it was 2 out of. Yeah, they won 2 outright, didn't they?
Yeah, all right. It was. I thought it was so weird.
Well, you don't usually see that in the 2 out of 3s. Usually they at least split.
Yeah.
Split and then
Come down
make
to
them
the wire or
come
something
down.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured the Usos were going to win it, but yeah, I figured they were going to split it.
Well, after the huge spot in outside the ring where Benjamin was holding up one of the Usos, and then Gable came down and threw him down on the mat outside the ring.
Oh yeah.
Clearly concussion. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
they're gonna get the win. They're gonna go 1-1, and then somehow it's gonna have an exciting finish. And it was like I felt like the ending was a botch, and you weren't sure. You thought the ending may have been a botch. Somehow.
Yeah, it looked. Yeah, it didn't look right. But I mean, yeah, you know, I thought, like I said, that they were gonna let the Usos keep it. Yeah, that's what they ended up doing. But it was weird, yeah, that they didn't do 2 out of 3. Maybe it's a time thing. They're like, oh, you know, maybe they just didn't have time for it.
I'm just curious now what they're going to do with Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, because they're the best heels in the tag division and with no direction.
They may still like have them do a rematch, and you know, sometimes they extend those tag team feuds. You know, like New Day and the Usos, they had like good 2 or 3 pay-per-view
They
matches
did.
together.
Those are
they could
great.
do something like that, or give Rusev a push.
With
You know,
8 in
yeah,
English.
yeah. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Is maybe they kind of regretted it and thought, you know, we probably should have given Rusev the push.
I'm curious to see if they'll bring up War Machine that they just signed to NXT, and then there's the other NXT, and I'm drawing a blank because it's been a long night. That just lost in the NXT takeover in Philadelphia. Masters of Pain, something like that. To bring them up and maybe give them a shot at it. I don't know, but I'm curious to see what they'll do with Gable and Benjamin. Maybe continue the feud.
Maybe.
But they won cleanly, you know.
Yeah,
so,
they won clean and they won handedly.
And the whole reason why they got the rematch is because they didn't win clean the first time.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. Any other thoughts on that?
No.
No. Okay.
Almost forgettable. Both tag team matches. I could have been okay with a pre-show for
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Instead of the Bobby Roode and
Mojo
Rawley being in that. So then it goes in. What shocked all of us was the Royal Rumble right there in the middle.
Yeah,
of the show.
Royal Rumble was right in the middle.
Thinking this was a huge mistake by WWE, and I thought they were trolling all of us.
Yeah. Or if anything, the women's. But then again, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Women, like leading it off with the
Yeah.
women's and then finishing with the men's. But I thought it was a really good Royal Rumble. There was no
Yeah.
emphasis. I was like, why is
It
this
was
guy
a
here?
very good Royal Rumble.
There was
It
enough surprises.
well balanced.
Very well balanced. Great spots with the Heath Slater spots
Slater
on
stuff
the
was
outside the ring,
great.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I felt that they could have kept that going on
Yeah.
so
The
much
whole
longer.
time.
than
They did a good job with humor without it being too much.
Yeah, over the top.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was kind of weird having other people enter the Royal Rumble knowing that they had another match
Yes.
after the fact.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. It's like you clearly know they're not going to go very long.
Yeah.
But I think I know I was on video losing it when it was
Yes.
Shinsuke and Roman Reigns, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Riot
You know, if they
Roman
gave it
Reigns
to
wins.
Romans again, Roman Reigns, that would have been rough.
You can't do that. He's already going to headline it with Brock Lesnar most likely, right?
I think so.
So.
I think that's what they've had planned all along.
What would y'all think? I mean,
No, it was a great
best in a
Rumble.
while, right?
Oh,
Very
yeah,
exciting.
that's in a very long time. Better than last year
Yeah,
for
last
sure, and the year
year's,
before. Yeah.
I wasn't even excited about the fact that Shinsuke could win it, but they did it
More
so
so,
well,
though.
putting him over that I was like, I am okay with this.
No, it was the last 6. When you got to the last 6, there it was like perfect. Like
Yeah.
the selection of people there was
Yeah.
like everything. You know.
Even the last 2, when it was Roman and him,
Yeah.
it was exciting because it could have gone either way, like you said.
Finn would have been nice too.
Oh,
to
yeah,
see him
Finn
win
too,
it,
yeah,
too. We
yeah.
really like
Yeah.
Finn. Would have been nice to see him get a big push, but you know.
Rey Mysterio coming back.
Rey Mysterio
That was
showing
great.
up was great.
And
yeah,
a few years
he looked
ago,
Great abilities.
when he was a third,
Yeah.
a few years ago when he was a 30th entry, and everybody wanted Daniel Bryan. He got booed out of the.
Oh.
And this one, Batista came in and all that stuff. But this one, it was great. It was a great return because he's
Yeah.
going to go on a full-time schedule, I think. But I think they played it out nicely because everybody hates Roman Reigns so badly
Yeah.
that if you pent him up against Shinsuke and want to get him over, have him
Gives him
eliminate
that
Roman
push.
Reigns, and now he's the hero,
Yeah.
and great. Yeah, and the fact that he's going to wrestle AJ Styles at WrestleMania will be an amazing match.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Amazing match that we all deserve to see. But I don't know. I think Finn. You said Finn Balor. I think that would have been okay with Finn,
Finn Balor would've been good.
Finn Balor and Shinsuke at the end to end it all would have been really good as well. What do you think could have made it better? A Daniel Bryan,
Daniel
Bryan,
Bryan,
Bryan.
yeah.
That would have been ridiculous.
That was wishful thinking, but it would have been great.
Yeah, but the fact they changed the odds, and it's like they knew something, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I mean, I guess that's the only thing that could have. Maybe a couple other surprise entrances, but I guess
Like Taker or something.
like an Undertaker
Undertaker.
coming out, hobbling out with his one hip, taking him 4 hours to get to
Yeah,
get to the
that
ring.
was, that was one of the big things everyone was
Chris
unsure
Benoit.
sure of. It's-
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit would have been crazy out of the
We had
field.
we had an individual earlier that did not know that Chris Benoit was
Yeah.
no longer with us, and thought that he could possibly be
Yeah,
a surprise
he's,
entrant,
newly
along with Eddie
returned to
Guerrero.
wrestling,
Actually,
yeah.
The whole Benoit
Yeah,
family
he
line is no
was-
longer with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was newly returned to wrestling. He was like, "What? Well, maybe Chris Benoit will show up. Remember that guy?" And we're like, "Oh no, dude, he's not."
it was very unfortunate.
Yeah, we had to
Very
break the news to him.
It's still too soon. I think
It is still too soon. It's a tragedy.
Although
It's a tragedy.
although behind the scenes we make fun of it a lot, but you know. We kept waiting for it. And then Chris Benoit will actually show up, and it was an entire work,
Big work.
for years, for like a decade. Just an
Masterpiece.
entire work. And
I would have.
Vince McMahon's
I would have bought WWE stock and
Yeah.
merchandise.
I was like, wow. Good job. Slow clap. Slow clap. So we're going to give 2 thumbs way up for the Royal. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it
the
really
Royal
was.
Rumble was
For
great.
sure.
That was a great fight.
Best one in, I think,
Long
a
time.
long time.
Long
I
time.
think, I mean, I can't even think of.
The last one that I was
I was
that
like,
invested
oh,
in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, really, I can't. I mean, it was very good. It
Yeah,
was
so
very well
good job, WWE.
done.
Finally, it's just
Yeah.
so weird they decided to throw that in the middle of the show.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're so
And
on
not the end
such
of the
a
show.
adrenaline high, and then you get
The next.
The falling,
the falling fight.
which I just felt bad for the great workers, right? Like the Bar with Sheamus and Cesaro, great workers. The fact that they've come where they're at when they were rivals to a great tag team, and then Rollins and Jordan, which there's some heat there.
Yeah.
With Jordan, like they could do something with this, but the whole thing was literally a handicap match. But I think if anything, they did a really good job in creating more heat for Jordan.
Yeah.
But it was a squash match.
I think they're
there
setting
was
it up for-
nothing to it at all.
I think they're setting it up for Jordan Rollins, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
Which they could have done at the end of the match, but then they quit to commercial or whatever.
It
so
just broke
injured.
away. It's like there was like we wish this actually never happened.
They're like, quick, let's go on to the
No,
next.
it reminds me of that fight Enzo had with Big Cass. It was just like one
Total
sided
squash.
for like 10 minutes.
It-
Just Enzo getting beat up, and then he gets pinned. You're like, oh, okay.
And then what ended up happening is because Enzo is such a bad worker with the big guys that Cass ended up tearing his ACL in that same match, and now he's out for 9 months. And I guess I mean it is known that Jordan is actually hurt right now, so obviously they were saving him. But I don't know. So they could have done better by Rollins, I think.
Yeah, I think
They
so.
definitely could.
With
I mean, he even came out
fire
with a
pants.
he came out with a new, new
outfit.
gear and everything, man.
His
He could-
fire pants
definitely
are
could have done better for him. But it was a total
extreme.
squash match, worst match of the night. It was almost
It was
like
the worst match of that night.
deflated the whole place.
Yeah, I mean, you could just tell the crowd was just silent.
It was like drinking some water after a big shot.
I think I would have been even okay with it if the injury that he had wasn't something that happens all the time.
Right,
Like in all
guys
matches.
running into the-
Yeah, they run into the turnbuckle and they're fine.
Yeah, totally.
And then
And
he's
he's
out for a
fit.
whole match.
Yeah,
like,
he's
no.
so concussed. He walks back in. And
Yeah,
Just
he has
stack
no idea what's
himself out.
happening.
which admittedly is kind of funny, but
Yeah.
but it just after a rumble like that, it just
I feel like
didn't-
Triple
it
H a
didn't
couple
make
years ago was
sense.
hitting people with sledgehammers in the head. and this guy
This
is
guy
hurt.
runs into the pole. It's like,
This
oh
guy
my
gets
god,
one bump and he can't think
he
straight.
can't do it for
Yeah,
the rest. And I don't even think that would be a good feud between him and Rollins.
No, I don't. No.
It's
Because
not pay-per-view
Rollins,
or anything. No.
Rollins is going to carry that match, and Rollins deserves a better feud. But Samoa Joe's gone. Other options are gone right now, so I don't know. I guess they're going to ride this illegitimate kid a little bit longer of Kurt Angle, so it'll be interesting. But at least it followed up with a better match in the triple threat.
The triple threat was
Yeah.
what I thought it would be. The ending was kind of
Seemed rushed.
rushed, and it was like, oh, okay. But I mean, as soon as like he went for the 3 count on Kane, I knew he was gonna go.
Oh, it was
Oh,
over.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
So it's like, it's clear this is what they're setting up. Okay, it's
Yeah.
over.
It was a lot of heavy hitting
Yes.
a lot of heavy
early
hitting,
and often, which
And then
is
they were
great.
a lot of
They were
Strowman,
sure to
a
show
lot
you
of
that hit
force.
Lot
every
of-
5 minutes.
Man, that guy's so
That
strong.
guy will eventually get the belt.
I think
if there's
he-
any justice, man.
He has to.
He's
Like,
so over. Yeah.
I think he's the best worker for his size and
Mm-hmm.
the way he can move and his promo work and how much he's over, like you said. The guy can get thrown into a dumpster, crushed, and come back the very next night.
Yeah, they put him in a trash compactor. Dude.
Yes.
He
He tips over semis.
Yeah, he tips
He
over
lived
semis.
without any scratches on him whatsoever.
Yeah,
A whole wrestling set got pulled down.
the whole
Literally.
wrestling set.
And I mean, I think it was good that they protected Strowman because he's not the one that ate the pin. But they
Yeah.
made Kane look incredibly weak throughout the match, and it really was. He was just kind of there. He was
Yeah.
he was like almost the prop. And I really rather them set that up of Strowman versus Lesnar for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That would be a better option than Roman Reigns stop trying to get. I think if they stop trying to get Roman Reigns so hard, he'll eventually get over on his own instead of being forced down our throats.
but alas, I think they're gonna do
They're probably still gonna
Roman
force
and
him down our throats.
Lesnar.
And I don't think they understand that us as audiences actually do have a really bad gag reflex.
Third WrestleMania in a row.
Third
Third
WrestleMania in a row. That would be, and he'll win the belt if they
He'll
put
win the
him
belt,
in the WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. He will win the
He'll
belt.
win the belt.
I hope they don't, but you know we're not the writers, and I think just Vince is just trolling us. Just fuck these guys. Right? Essentially. Low battery. Let's wrap this up. Okay. On to but before we go, overall good match, right?
Oh,
For
good
what it
match,
was,
yeah.
with the 3 biggest men and
And I think it was what it meant to be. It was
Yeah.
what it
It was
sought out
entertaining.
to be. Yeah.
it was a good bounce back from
Yeah.
the horrible tag match
Yes.
before.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Uh,
It brought the energy back up for
it
the
did.
main event.
And into the women's Royal Rumble, which was not a letdown. I was
No, it
very
was great.
concerned about it. It main eventing and like if it bombed, would they ever get a chance to do it again?
Yeah.
Too, that was kind of my thing. But like with all those surprises, all the legends, and all of them had their spots. They all looked great.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I thought it was very well done. Very well done match. I even felt like there was a couple of heel potential turns in the match, and I don't know, the Bellas coming in. That I was surprised by the Bellas being in the final 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
But I guess when you are married to John or engaged to John Cena and married to Daniel Bryan, you got a little bit of pull and company. So
Yeah.
it would make more sense if it was like Becky Lynch and
Well, maybe they have a bigger
One of the
long-term
riots or
plan for
something.
them, too. Like if they're coming
if
back,
they are coming
maybe.
back, right? If they are coming
if
back,
they're coming back full time.
Trish Stratus looked great.
Trish looked great.
She
Tori
can still-
Wilson
she
still
can
looks
still
like
wrestle
she's
if
in
she
her
wanted to.
20s. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Lita was out there. She
Lita
had that
was
one-
amazing.
one
That
rough,
was by far-
Lita,
one scary
exciting.
moonsault.
One scary
Where
moonsault,
she
but
almost
she
didn't
got
make
she
it.
got
I was like,
high
"Ooh."
enough. I thought that was great. If she would have, it would amazing. You mentioned earlier, Stratus and Lita in the ring at the same
Would've been
time
ideal.
Yeah.
would have been the best thing for
Yeah.
it. Blown it off. Let them be in the final 3 with Asuka.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
make sense.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Then Asuka went over, which I thought was the right move. And then they just did the weird thing at the very end. I thought it was very weird. Like, they're just
The kick
standing here
thing
a
at
while.
yeah.
And all of a sudden, Roddy Piper's music hits. Not really.
That
But
wrestling-
she was in
She was in Roddy
Roddy's
Piper gear, yeah.
all Roddy gear. And I'm worried about, okay, we all want Ronda. She's going to be great in the ring. But I'm very concerned about her promo work. Because
Yeah.
she does not look like a very good actress.
Oh, we know she's
Sorry.
not, because she was in Fast and the Furious and some other movies.
And she was horrible. I did not see those
Yeah.
movies.
Oh, okay. Well, she was very horrible.
So she shook Stephanie McMahon's hand.
Which is weird.
So is she
Not-
going to be a heel?
I don't know.
She doesn't have that heel.
She's all
face,
smiley,
so-
but then
She
she's
was all very
shaking McMahon's
smiley.
hand, right? So that was, I would have thought, I don't know, they'd put her over as a face, but
Well, the whole
maybe a heel.
the whole what people were thinking she's going to be in the Rumble. She wasn't. She showed up at the end.
Right.
And
The
then-
saver. I think that
yeah.
protect her because you couldn't have her show up and then lose, but you couldn't have Asuka lose either.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's
they
true.
There's a
built
way
her
to
up too
protect
much.
both of them.
Yeah.
But I am curious to see who Asuka picks to fight. Obviously, she's Raw brand, so she's going to pick Alexa Bliss. but I would love to see her against Charlotte Flair.
But that would be the better
It'd be I love
fight.
Alexa
And then you
Bliss.
set up Bliss with Nia Jax.
Yes, you gotta set that out. That's gotta eventually come to a
Yeah.
head.
I'm surprised she got out so early.
Nia?
But, yeah.
Well,
It's sort of early compared to like even the Bellas.
agreed. I think it was
Yeah.
appropriate how she went out. It
Yeah.
took every way to take her out. But you got to put the belt on Nia at some point, and it would be the best way for it is her taking it off. Alexa
And you could
Bliss.
build up heat with those two
Yes.
over the course of time. Like you could easily build up heat with them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And with Charlotte, does her promo work? She can do it against Asuka and can build that heat. And that doesn't have to be cross brand. I guess it would have to. Asuka would have to go SmackDown, which they're going to do a mix up anyway, a shake up anyway after the Rumble, or they're going to wait till after Mania.
Don't they usually wait after Mania?
Couldn't remember, but they do. They may do a little something, especially
Maybe.
if you have an option of going for the other belt. That's the opposite of your current brand. But I guess Nakamura decided to stay with his brand. So all right, well,
Styles, yeah.
and Styles, yeah, which is going to be a great match.
That'll be good.
That needs to headline WrestleMania. That match needs to headline WrestleMania. But we'll see. We'll see. So, what'd y'all think of the show altogether?
Great show.
Altogether, yeah, it was good. It was. I mean, it was one of the best Rumble fights I'd seen in a long time. So I think that made the event. Both the Rumbles, I should say, were really top notch. Some of the other matches weren't great, but I think the Rumble matches kind of made up for it.
They were
Because that's why you're
serviceable.
watching the Royal Rumble, if you're
Right.
not real.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the best pay-per-view I've seen in a while, besides
Yes.
NXT.
And
NXT,
stuff was
we
good.
should definitely do a review on
but
NXT.
really-
Oh yeah.
Man, when's the last
Good pay-per-view?
yeah, besides this one, where you left, you're like, yeah, that was good. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think it's been a
It's
while.
been a lot of like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, that was weird.
See, if I sat
Why'd
and
they
thought
do
about it
that?
for a while, for a minute, I could probably think of one, but not immediately.
I mean, the last real good pay-per-view fight. Like, I really liked the Hell in the Cell with Shane and.
Yeah, that was good.
But that was that one match. I
That was just
I don't
one
remember
match.
the rest of the pay-per-view.
No.
Right?
So as an overall show, this has been the best.
Yeah, it's been the best.
Chris?
At least in the past.
No, yes. This was the
few
best.
years.
I'm excited if they do the women's rumble continuing on from here.
I would have to. I think that's a great way.
I think the only problem is the roster's not very evolving
The
very
roster's
much.
not
So it'd just be a ton of legends, which I don't mind.
Well, or they
Yeah.
have to extend into the NXT stuff.
Oh,
And bring up
right.
Ray.
Bring up
Because they only
Ray,
brought
yeah.
up
They only
one.
brought, yeah.
They didn't even bring up, and again,
Yeah.
tired, so drawing a blank, but the Sanity Girl, which I
Yeah,
really
what's
thought they
her-
were going to bring
yeah.
her up.
You know, and maybe it was because it's the first Rumble, they wanted to give some of the veterans the chance to be in it. So maybe next year it'll be different.
You know, they definitely
Yeah.
brought
Yeah.
in all the legends.
Yeah, they brought
Yeah.
everyone.
I feel like if you were alive,
Everyone
and
that
you
could
walk,
move.
you were in it.
And fight.
Yeah, everybody from pretty much the Raw 25th
Yeah.
anniversary
They
was
brought,
there.
For sure.
Yeah.
They brought Guerrero. I mean,
They
Yeah,
brought
I think
Vicky
they were
Guerrero
everywhere.
back.
They were scraping the barrel.
And
They found
she
Vicky
was-
along with Eddie's body down there.
she
Wow.
maintained her.
Yeah, he just said that. And she was just as loud without the mic as she was with
Yeah,
the
she's
mic.
very loud.
So, all right, well,
All
that
right.
that's our review. I'm tired. I don't know. I'm gonna drive an hour back
it's late.
home.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
you'll see this
So-
belt back at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. That's gonna see. Hopefully, we can take that from them. But anyway, I don't know. This is our first. I'm sure we can get better after this. But let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And peace out.